Rightio, we'll have another go. So got there and it had to I knocked one of the cables and it decided the audio didn't want to work anymore. So now we have had to reset. I thought it would automatically reconnect and all that jazz. One was wrong. Oh, now we've got actually watch on our phone, which is pretty awesome. Let's get our gimbal to go across a bit more. And yeah, young Kynan got bowled. Very impressive. Which was a vital wicket for what are we going to call them? St Mary's, Tintin, Swan Hill, a big. Yeah, I suppose we'll just go with Swan Hill. I'm not sure whether it will replay or reconnect or whatever. It's all new. We'll have to change that other camera in a moment because we have changed ends. But definitely impressed with YouTube. And yeah, because gosh, good old Facebook didn't like me last week. So I agree with probably Facebook with like mobile devices and stuff like that. But as soon as you put a switcher into it, it didn't like it at all. Whoop. Very big hit. Oh, but we'll get up and we'll change that when we just share our little video again. So just experimenting, just trying to get it down pat for tomorrow. Oh no! Meatloaf has just passed away. Oh no! I love Meatloaf. Bugger. Oh, he's gone. Oh no, that's sorry. I've two things going on at my head at the same time. Didn't really need to see that pop up on me screen. We could have thought about that later, but we will change stump ends with our other camera. Yeah, we haven't got a gimbal for the SLR is quite expensive. A remote control one anyway. Just because of the weight. So we might have to go up a bit. Oh, we've got some settings on there we might have to get rid of as well. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Oh, car alarm. Alright. We have knocked a setting on the SLR, so apologies, I've got to figure out. Ooh. Bit of a call. Figure out how to get that off, but we can sew the batter. So we'll go back and we'll try to get rid of that for us. Note to self, the camera brings up displays when it hasn't got a card in it. We'll just bring it down a bit. Fix that a bit on my end, I think, so that I've got it zoomed in pretty big. And there we go, that's a Kendall setting. There we go, that's how we look on the other side. Nope, so we've got someone that's learning cricket and dancing at the same time. Ooh. So yeah, just a bit of bit of breeze. Ooh. A side on view, so if I don't watch the game front on, we stop it. But ooh. Oh, that's an out. Up in the air, and it was caught skillfully. Well, they might have a chance here. We had couple of the older boys. I know that one player doesn't make a side and all that type of stuff. I get that, but we've got two players missing. I'm not real. I think one of them is young Will Lake, and he's extremely handy on the bat. And then when him and Kynan work together, yeah, it's sort of like a power play. I'm not sure who the other one is missing, because I bought two young, I think it's under 14s players up. Ready to head for the spin attack by the looks of that. Oh. Oh. So I thought it'd be best to finish that beverage before we keep me sipping and serping away. So yeah, I'm looking forward for tomorrow now. And we found our camera. Working on the van yesterday, finalising some improvements, and we put the camera in a really safe spot. You're gonna find it quickly. Oh golly gosh, story of my life, putting things in safe spots and can't find them. So my little area looks like a bit of a dog's breakfast. Gone through and trying to find what I'm looking for. Ooh, we just had an epiphany. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Thinking that I'm pretty sure I can control that camera by remote control. Ooh. And if that's the case, ooh, that's a Kendall excited ooh. I reckon I saw that before too. Because I thought, I wonder what that remote's for. Alright, give me a moment. Now we have found a remote control. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, another one. Whether my theory will work. Oh, nothing going on at the moment. Had to pull a little plastic sleeve out. Wonder if it's got a battery in it. Oh yes, it has. Okay. Well, it might be for a totally different camera. It has got a zoom function on it. Ooh. Just trying to remember what other stuff's got zoom on it. And record and a light and all that type of jazz. And it does have no brand on it. It's a lovely zoom on it. Now, if this in Kendall theory is what I think it is, which I'm hoping it is, wonder why it's not working. Probably won't work with the HDMI type of thing on it. Oh. Well, it sounds good. We can hear it fly. Well, there we have it. I'll have a play with that before we pull the power out of it. And if that's what I think it is, we'll be able to zoom in and out remotely and then gimbal remotely. Whoop, go. Yeah, that'll be very impressive. If it all works in theory. Everything works in theory. We lost our... No, we haven't. I was saying we lost our sound again. Oh, I need to change ends. Oh, knock. Get up and we'll change ends on that camera. Okay. Rocking and rolling. There we go on there. There we go. Oh, nice shot. Whoop. Yeah, a bit shocked with the passing of Meatloaf. '74 he was. A friend of mine's in Swan Hill, and they've been laid up with COVID for the past week, double vaxxed, and just knocked her around a bit. And she just says, coming out the other end, which, when you get those really bad flus, that's when I knock you for 6. I'm usually like that with a flu shot. I usually have some type of allergic reaction. The amount of Red Bull that I put into my body, you'd think I wouldn't be allergic to anything. Well, unfortunately I am. And, yeah. Some things it likes and some things it doesn't. Wish it would like lobster a little bit more. I love lobster and prawns. I just don't like ended up, yeah, sick or in casualty. I sort of used to have prawns one time a year, just build up a tolerance. Body must have built up a tolerance or something. And like, I just can't get it. Still dismayed with 3 big sides back in the day with juniors amalgamating. Like, yeah, we noticed that. I'll go to my motocross background. 2004 was a changing of the guard in Supercross in this country. It used to be run by a promoter called Spokes Entertainment, and they used to have their big race meetings at the Tennis Centre in Sydney, Brisbane, all the major indoor stadiums, I suppose. So late 2000s. So 2004, I think they retired in 2002 or 2003. There was a year off, changing promoters, and then the same promoter that run the V8 Supercars signed I think it was a 2 or 4 year deal, can't remember, to run the Supercross. Can't remember what it was called. They called it a different series, but it only ran for 12 months, and they didn't run juniors. Now, Spokes Entertainment used to run 85cc juniors and 125 juniors, so that's basically 13 and above. So that 3-year window from 3 years of juniors to you turn senior when you're 16. So they didn't run those juniors. The sport is still suffering from that. I've got a friend that's running the Arena Cross series. Now, they are coming to Swan Hill. They had, because when the sport juniors were big, there was never enough room on the gate for the juniors. And now, just with an Arena Cross series, they are struggling to fill the gate. Now, Arena Cross is, so it goes motocross, Arena Cross, which is a little bit shorter track, steeper jumps, and then Supercross. So Arena Cross is a stepping stone. And there are no juniors to do that. With Supercross, you do need an endorsement, so you need to go and get some coaching and all that to do the big jumps and that. With Arena Cross, you don't. And the sport's still picking up. And what I'm getting at is, if you aren't bringing juniors in, like 10 years' time, it's going to be a big problem. Well, in our case, 2004 to 2022, still hasn't recovered, and I think a lot of that has to come in with electronic gaming as well. So back in the day, you either played sport or you didn't, and because your friend was playing sport, then hassle mum and dad to play that sport with your mates. Whereas now, outdoor activities away from the console, so to speak. Yeah. And sport, unfortunately, with insurance, back in the day, we didn't pay such big fees to play sport. I think netball used to cost me like $15 or $20 a year to play. And then that was plus, sneakers and the shirt, clothing, whatever team. Used to have bibs back then. Used to run, rotate who washed them and ironed them and yada yada yada, but now you've got to buy your own suit and those little Velcro things that stick on. And so sport is expensive. But the old saying, get what you pay for. I think sport builds character, it builds resilience, and whether it is chess, marbles, anything competitive, where you have a win and lose factor, teaches you resilience, because you either quit or you keep trying until you get where you want to be. And I think this idea of non-scoring sport, I don't think that's a good thing. I can actually bring a motocross example for that as well. The last 65 world CC champion is Jet Lawrence. And Jet Lawrence just won the American Supercross last year. Originally from Queensland, they are now living over in the States. He was the last 65cc world champion. And because it was a world champion class, Australia would send a contingent over. Now they've called it, they didn't run it for 1 year, and they got a lot of pushback from the Federation of International Motorsport. So then they brought it back in, and they brought it back as a 65 Cup. Whoop. And because it was a Cup and not a world class, then a lot of countries didn't send any riders to it. So that's still, 10 years on, I think. 2014, I think. Gosh, it's showing me memory. So, I'm not a fan to a point. As in, you've got that, what's that little footy that they play half time? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Auskick. They've got Auskick for non-competitive and to learn. Everything else, I think, needs to be scored. My opinion, my $2 worth. As I said, it builds character. And these kids, or young men out there at the moment, they're learning a lot of things that they don't realise that they're learning. Like hand-eye coordination, focus, discipline, rebooting after an over or whatever. There's a lot. That must be the 20. Rightio. Oh, that's young Riley there, is it? Alright, we've got our... Oh, that's good. Means he didn't go out. That's awesome. I'm sort of getting confused. Bit of a long way from here. But we are all set for tomorrow. In the big T20. And at Maribit. It is the final. We are ready to rock and roll with that, which is awesome. Everything's working well by the looks of it. We'll go and check our audio files later, figure out the correct code to make it come up live on the web page. But this is a bit of a sporadic type thing. We had an hour's sleep last night. Come home. I was up at 5 to the radio station. I come home and had an hour nap from 4 to 5, and I didn't think I was going to make it, and we did. One Red Bull later. And we'll pack all this up and it'll be ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. And I'm just so pumped. Trying to hide my excitement. Everything's working, seems to be working well, and if we can get that if that remote control is for that camera, then be really excited then. We shall pack this up. And thanks for tuning in. We'll check this later. And stay tuned for tomorrow when we're at Maribit. We hopefully have some live scoring. And we'll go from there. Have a great day, everybody.